Hi everyone. So IIM Bangalore online BBA जो program launch हो रहा है उसका application form release हो चुका है. So the exam is scheduled in the month of August and the application form is live now and one can apply till 15th of July. So today in this session, I'm going to help you understand how you should fill the application form and I'm going to help you step by step actually. So there are three steps involved. Which includes the application fee payment as well, which comes in between the application form actually. So let us go and understand step by step as to how to fill this application form. The entrance test is going to be an aptitude one, so which will be a mix of reasoning, mathematical ability, English, and general awareness. So the exam is scheduled in the month of August. There are two different dates actually. So we'll see during the application process, how do we go ahead and select the dates? What are the documents which are required to be uploaded? Please remember this program is open to everyone who has completed class 12th with a minimum of 60% marks. So even if you are pursuing your graduation, you are pursuing your post-graduation, or you are working somewhere, you can pursue this program from IIM Bangalore, which is online BBA in digital business and entrepreneurship. So we have already uploaded a video earlier with the IIM Bangalore director, Professor Rishikesha, where he spoke in detail about the program and its outcomes. Today, I'm going to help you out understand how to fill the application form so that you do not make any mistakes. So let us look at the application form first and how do we go ahead step by step. And definitely very important for you to remember that the last date is 15th of July. Okay, so the first step is to go to the official portal, which is dbe.iimb.ac.in, and this is where the application is available. So once you reach the portal, then you'll have to click on the apply now button actually, and this will open up a new page where the guidelines for the application is given actually. Now, as I mentioned, there are three different steps to be followed actually. The first step is to register yourself for the application process. The second step is to make the payment, the fee payment as applicable to the category, respective category you belong to. The fees will vary actually. So it's for general category, EWS and NCOBC, it is 3,000. For rest of the people, it is 1,500. Now, they are clearly indicated that do not proceed to step 3, which is filling your application form without completing step 1 and step 2. Now, step 1 is definitely very important because step 1 is about registration. So you have to register yourself. You'll receive an OTP to complete your registration process. Then you have to complete the payment. And once you get the receipt, that receipt will be mentioned, uploaded in the application form. So there are a lot of documents which are required to be uploaded, and that depends on your educational qualification, last or the highest educational qualification which you have. And the third is application form, where you submit all your details actually. Some of your details will come pre-filled because you have already submitted in the registration process, and the remaining remaining details you have to submit over here, including your academic details. Now, this is the guidelines actually, and for every step there are the radio buttons provided over here. So the first step is to click on this, which is register now. And once you click on that, then a new window opens actually, which mentions certain declarations, I would say, which you have to give consent to. So first is about your applicant name. So please understand it should match the document, date of birth should be correct, and your mobile number and email ID should be correct because they are related to your communication actually. So any communication will be done to these two particulars, mobile number and email ID. So please be careful about submitting those two details actually. Then you have to click on I agree button before you proceed further. Now, once you click on I agree, then the registration forms open actually. This is done to get your user ID and password actually. So here you have to fill in your basic details. You have to fill in your name, basically, date of birth, gender, then email ID, mobile number. These are mandatory. Your address. So these are all mandatory particulars to be filled actually. Then you have to provide your PIN code. How did you hear about us? Through which mode actually? Through word of mouth, anything else through which you heard about this online BBA program, which is being launched by IIM Bangalore. And do you wish to receive SMS or email regarding program admission process and information? Select accordingly, and then click on the generate OTP button actually. So OTP will go to your email ID. So the email ID which you provide over here, you'll receive the OTP over there actually. Once you receive the OTP, then you have to to click and submit for the final registration. So click on I agree that upon completion of the registration process, I'll receive the application link and password to my registered email ID. So once you receive that, then you can go ahead, and then the verification process comes in between. So you have to check your particulars first and click on every checkbox. If your name is correct, click here, date or your last name, your date of birth, gender, email ID, mobile number. So the particulars which you filled during the registration process, that gets covered over here. It's a preview basically to ensure that all the details which you have filled are perfectly correct. Actually, there are no mistakes out there. And then you click on the button re-verify. Now this completes your registration process. Next step is to go to the fee payment part. So the step 2 is to make the payment, where the new form will open up, where you have to fill your name, your email ID, your contact number. If there is a GST number that you could fill over here, from a student perspective, this will not apply. PAN number, if any. So remember, these are not mandatory fields, but name, email ID, contact number, definitely mandatory. Your address, your PIN code has to be filled over here. Then your application number, which was generated once you registered. So check your email ID for the application number, and then your email address has to be filled over here. Now there are 2 dates for the examination. One is 11th of August from 3:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. and the other one is 17th of August from 3:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. actually. Now you have to check one of these 2 actually, and they'll try their best to give you the preferred slot. So 11th August and 17th August, there are 2 dates on which the examination will be held actually. So select one appropriately. Then the fee is mentioned over here. So if you belong to general category, NCOBC category, or EWS category, then the application fee is rupees 3,000. For other students, the application fee is 1,500 rupees. Now, whichever is applicable for you, click on the checkbox over here, and then your payment mode, select DD wire transfer or debit, credit, net banking. I'm sure this process is going to be quite easier, and then you make the payment. Once you have made the payment, then you go to the application form, the 3rd step actually. And some of your details will come pre-filled, like your application number will come pre-filled over here, your first name, your last name, your middle name, as you had filled earlier, that will come pre-filled. Put a title to your name, actually, Mr., Miss, whatever applies to you. Then preferred full name as required for your official transcript. So yahan par be careful while filling this form. So yahan pe whatever it is, I'll prefer what is there in your 10th and 12th certificate, prefer that. If you want to give your alternate email address, you can do so over here. You have to give your proof of identity. Now, there is a complete list of identity proof, address proof documents listing is there actually. Just download this PDF and check whichever is applicable for you, whichever is available. Just put that here. So a PAN card, Aadhaar card, whatever it is, and then put the number. So if you're using PAN card, put your PAN number over here. If you're using Aadhaar card over here, put your Aadhaar number over here, and that needs to be verified. Please be careful about this actually. Your date of birth comes pre-filled, your gender comes pre-filled through the registration form, mobile number and email ID also comes pre-filled. You have to give details about your blood group, your marital status. You may want to submit either of your parents' name, spouse name, or guardian name over here. Then you have to select your social category, general, NC, OBC, whatever applies to you. Are you a person with disability? Accordingly, yes or no will apply over here. If you select yes, then ask you a question about whether you need a scribe or not. You have to also select from the drop down your religion, whether you belong to Hindu religion, Sikh religion. So the options are provided over here, and about your annual family income, all combined together, from all sources combined together. Once you have filled this part, the personal details part of your application form, click on save and next, and you move to the next step, which is your communication details, your address, which is about your current address, permanent address, and emergency contact address. Now your current address comes pre-filled from your registration part of the form. Now if your permanent address is same, click on the yes. If your permanent address is different, click on no and continue submitting the details. If you select yes, then it becomes autofill, and then you move to the last part of the communication details, which is about your emergency contact address. So provide the details of your emergency contact. In case you are married, provide your spouse details. In case you are not married, you are a student still, provide your parents detail over here and fill it completely. Some of these are definitely mandatory. Once you have filled the emergency contact address and the details, click on save and next and move on. Now comes your educational qualification details. You have to provide your academic details over here. Now, from the drop down, you'll have to select your highest qualification. Of course, the minimum qualification required is a 12th class. If you have gone ahead, done a diploma, bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD, whichever is your highest qualification, select appropriately. You'll have to provide details of each of the stages of your learning actually. So you'll have to provide details of your class 10th, class 12th, bachelor's degree, master's degree. Whatever you select from here, accordingly, the form will get a little bigger actually. But the minimum qualification required is a 12th class with a minimum of 60% marks. The next question is the medium of instruction is English. Please indicate your fluency. So basically, they want to understand how fluent you are as far as the English language is concerned. Okay. So once you have made that selection over here, I just made a selection that my highest qualification is 12th grade. So if you make it a bachelor's degree, then you'll have to submit your bachelor's details as well. Now here you'll have to submit your details about your educational qualification, from which state you have completed your class 10th, name of the school or junior college, whatever applies to in your case, education board, CBSE, ICSE, or any other board, in which year you completed your class 10th, what was the final percentage of marks. Does your board have a procedure scheme to convert CGPA? Also, appropriately, you will select yes or no over here. Similarly, for your class 12th, you will have to give your particulars. In case you have your last education qualification is a bachelor's degree, you will be also required to submit bachelor's degree over here. Then they will ask you about your work experience. Do you have any prior work experience? This applies to people who have already completed their graduation or post-graduation, or already working somewhere actually. So appropriately select a yes or no over here. Are you currently employed? Select a yes or no depending on your case. Then have you ever been associated with IIM Bangalore? It depends on whether you have been associated with IIM Bangalore in any capacity or not. Select yes or no appropriately. And then once you have completed your qualification details of the form, click on save and next and move ahead actually. Now comes your last part of the application. Before you submit the documents, here you have to provide your test city preferences actually. So you can see from the drop down the list of the cities where the test will be conducted. They have created centers in multiple cities. So just select from the drop down the nearest one to your place of residence, then appropriately the second and the third. Of course, the institutions always try to give you your first choice, but just in case of not having sufficient candidate or for any other reason, they might want to allot you your second best preference or third best preference. That is why three best preferences have been asked. Since I'm applying under general category, the fee is already visible over here. It's 3,000 rupees in my case. So test city preferences are to be provided. Click on save and next and move on. And this is where your documents are required to be uploaded. So scanned copy of the recent passport size photograph, signature, class 10th mark sheet, class 12th mark sheet. Because I mentioned class 12th as my highest qualification, that is required. Your ID proof, the UTR number, bank name and branch. So that is generated when you submit the fee as part of the entire process. That's the second stage where you have to make the fee payment for the application. So that gets generated. You have to fill the UTR number over here and upload your application fee payment receipt. So you have to upload. Now, in case your highest qualification goes beyond class 12th, it could be a bachelor's degree, master's degree, then accordingly you have to upload your certificates as well. Now, finally, you have to sign on the declaration. I declare that the particulars are true, accurate, and complete to the best of my knowledge. And you click on I agree. You fill in the captcha over here, and best is to do a quick preview of your application form before you submit, because any particular which goes wrong over here, that can affect your candidature. So please preview the form before you click on final submit. So that's a very simple process, I would say, as far as the IIM Bangalore application form for the online BBA program is concerned. Very simple one, very simple steps. Just take your own time in filling the application form. The application is available till 15th of July. Do not wait till the last moment, but try to complete it a little bit earlier. But it's a very simple process. Keep your documents ready before you start applying for the program. Your 10th class mark sheet, your 12th class mark sheet, your signature, your photograph, all scanned copies should be ready because that will be required to be uploaded. So that was all about how to fill the application form. There are 2 dates for the examination, 11th and 17th of August. Select as per your feasibility, as per your ability, and as IIM Bangalore has mentioned, they'll try their best to give you your preferred date actually. So the exam is going to be an aptitude test. So it's better you start your preparation right now. Do visit careerlauncher.com website for complete details about the program. And in case you are looking forward to the preparation for this program, do join us, do connect with us, and the the entire syllabus will be covered as far as this examination is concerned. Okay, so we'll bring you more details sooner as it emerges. Actually, as more details emerge, we'll definitely keep you posted over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification button so that when we post anything new out here, you get an alert about that. Thank you so much. All the best.